Hi everyone, it's Jayla. Today I'll be sharing foods that help and don't help my acne. On this channel I share a lot about skincare, makeup, and acne related topics, so if that's interesting to you then consider subscribing by hitting that red subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. I've dealt with acne for over 10 years and I've dealt with severe cystic acne for like 2-3 years of my life, and I've noticed that there are certain foods that can really trigger my acne or just make me break out more than usual. I'm not saying that if you eat these foods your skin you will break out, but this is just in my personal experience what I have noticed over the years having acne. For myself, the acne that I have is really related to my hormones and my gut health. One of the specific foods that really doesn't help my skin is milk, and you might hear this a lot. Dairy tends to make acne flare up a lot more because it affects our hormones. So when I drink milk, I notice that my skin isn't as clear as it usually is. So instead of drinking milk, I've actually switched to drinking more oat milk, and that has helped my skin, and also because I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, it's really helped my stomach and my digestive system as well. So overall, avoiding dairy products has really helped my acne or prevent my skin from having acne. Pasta and processed foods like macaroni and ramen really make me break out. So there was a period of time where I would eat processed foods or ramen, macaroni day after day. This was like my freshman year of college. My face got so bloated and I just had a lot of salt intake. And I think it was just really bad for my skin as well. And so I had a lot of breakouts during that time. Nowadays, I try to limit myself to eating ramen like once a week and eating macaroni just here and there. I try not to buy too much of those. So what I actually do is I have like this big, huge box of ramen and I store it in my cabinet. And it's like my emergency food. It's food for when I'm like so hungry that I'm just too lazy to even to make something. That's usually after like my night shifts or after I worked like 4 or 5 night shifts in a row and I'm really exhausted, and so I just like cook myself some ramen. But after I cook myself that ramen, I give myself a few days because I know if I keep eating it and making a habit of eating it, my skin's not gonna be happy. Junk food, specifically chips. I really think that salt just does something to my body and it's not a good thing. They say like to clear your skin you should drink water and hydrate yourself. So I was doing the opposite, just having a lot of salty food. I don't usually eat a lot of sweets, and so I can't really say whether or not eating sweets can break me out, but definitely salty foods and eating chips can really irritate my skin. And then lastly, one of the big switches that I've made with food is switching from eating white rice to brown rice, because I noticed that white rice actually wasn't as good for my gut health as brown rice is. I would eat white rice every single day, every single meal, all the time. And now I've switched to brown rice and I don't even eat it daily anymore. I eat it once here and there. I've definitely cut back on my rice intake, and when I do eat rice, it's usually brown rice, and that's really made a big difference on my skin. All in all, it's okay to have these foods here and there. It's just good to not build a habit of eating these foods consistently, because that's when it will really show on your skin. So don't deprive yourself of these foods. But definitely consider switching out foods with other alternatives that might be better. Also keep in mind that these are just foods that, for me personally, break me out. That doesn't mean that if you eat them that it'll break you out. If this video has been helpful for you, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button to let me know. Moving on to the next part of this video are foods that have helped my skin and can really benefit you, possibly, if you have acne that's similar to mine. Like I said, my acne tends to be more hormonal and gut health related. So something that helped to balance out my hormones more is actually drinking green tea and drinking it consistently on a daily basis. When I drink green tea, I notice my skin just glows and it just looks different in a good way. I don't drink green tea as often anymore because of the caffeine, and also I just sometimes it just takes so much time to make and to brew, and I don't have that time all the time. But I noticed that when I am really consistent with it, my skin really thanks me for it later. Something that's been really helping my gut health is actually eating breakfast, because I usually would skip out breakfast, and also eating a light breakfast, not something super heavy or something really greasy. I really love eating that really savory omelet, bacon kind of meal. That's really good when you're treating yourself or going out with friends. But when it comes to eating that every single day, it's not really the healthiest option. If that is something that you do choose, then it's just something, our bodies are all different. Anyways, when I mean eating a small breakfast, I would eat peanut butter and toast with bananas on top. That's delicious, so good, and really healthy for you too, on whole grain wheat. Or I would eat a bowl of fruit or a smoothie, something like that, just something really light to get you energized and started for your day. I know for me, I'm not usually hungry in the morning, and if that's the case for you too, just having a little something can really make a difference on your energy levels and also your gut health as well. So if you do skip out on breakfast often, try just having a little something during the day, even if it's a granola bar or an apple. Just have something in your body to start your day. Other foods that have helped, I've switched to, instead of eating beef, I've been eating a lot more chicken. And I don't know if this has helped my skin, but I just noticed that there has been a difference in my skin. So that's sort of just like one of the things that I've just done in my food diets. I've just changed that. It might be related, it might not be related, but I thought it would just be kind of important to include because it's like a meat category, and I haven't shared like any meat items yet, so that's just one of the meat categories. And then lastly, eating fruits and vegetables. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this, to eat fruits and vegetables. It's good for your gut, it's good for your skin. But when you actually think about it, how often do you really eat enough fruits and vegetables every day? Are you eating all the full servings? Something that can help you to really get all those servings in is to cut back on carbs and things that are making you feel full, and replace it with vegetables. And so, oh my goodness, when I started eating salad consistently, I really did not like it. There's just something about salad that I just didn't enjoy. It was really hard for me to get used to eating salad for the first time consistently. But after a while, I was able to eat it, and I felt a lot more energized after that, and my gut was so much better. I think when you have a good attitude about diet changes, then it'll make the process a lot better, and you'll notice a big difference in your body and your energy levels as well. So it might be hard at first. When I switched a lot of the foods that I was eating, my body felt so upset. Like, I had such a hard time transitioning from eating white rice to brown rice and then no rice at all, because my body was like in withdrawal from that, because my body was so used to eating carbs and carbs and carbs every single meal. And when I took that out of my diet, I think my body just did not know what was going on. So it might be hard at first, but trust me, it will make such a big difference if you are consistent with it and just try to have a good attitude with it. Lastly, I'll just share a little bit of a tip. When you're going to the grocery store, make a list. And when you have a list, then you can go in prepared, knowing exactly what you're going to buy and what meals you're going to make. This will keep you from buying things impulsively. I like to have at least like 3 or 4 food items that are kind of junk food or not super healthy. So what I'll do is I'll usually buy things from my grocery list, and then I'll buy like 2 or 3 items that I just like and that I enjoy, that taste good to me. One of those things is canned peaches. I don't know why, but I just love the way canned peaches taste, but they are so sweet. They're covered in syrup, and they probably aren't fruits that you should be eating every single day, but I just love the way that canned peaches taste. Do any of you guys like canned peaches? If you do, please let me know. Those were foods that have helped and have not helped my skin. If you enjoyed this video, then please let me know by hitting that like button so that I can continue to make more content similar to this. You can check out any one of these videos here on the side. As always, stay beautiful and God bless.